Welcome to another episode of the Camper Report. I am excited to be here. Very excited just to talk about the topics that we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing some NBA. So, this isn't going to be a regular, but obviously next week on Tuesday, I'll be doing Q&A edition, I think mailbag, but continue to write in those comments because I have not really gotten anything yet. But contact me, campersports11@gmail.com. Right. So let's get back to the video. Top 5 landing spots for Damian Lillard and Kyle Lowry. Now, again, Damian Lillard, he didn't want a trade. He didn't request a trade. But I could see this being like the James Harden situation where, James Harden requested a trade, but I could see this being like Dame Lillard is wanting, he's wanting to see what the state of the team is and he wants to see really what is going to happen. Basically what I'm trying to say is he wants to in this season, he wants to play about half of the season, James Harden did. And he's going to want to see how good the team is. And then about halfway through the season, remember, James Harden did this too, see where the state is at of the team and kind of see what is happening. And if halfway through the season, like James Harden and the Rockets, halfway through the season, it's not working, request a trade and they'll trade, right? So I could feel like Damian Lillard stays here for a little while, even though he's not requesting a trade right now. I could feel like he will be requesting a trade later on in the year. That's my thoughts on that. Those were my thoughts on that. But so let's get down to the top 5. Again, Damian Lillard, $44 million in cap, I believe. So you would have to trade for him. Unlike Kyle Lowry, he is a free agent. So here are some possible, if he gets traded, some possible destinations. So the first one, top 5, Warriors. I feel like playing with Steph now, again, this guy has a huge salary. So somebody would have to restructure on the Warriors. It would probably be like Draymond. Playing with Steph, this would make it it would be insane. I don't know exactly how this would line up with Clay, Steph, and Dame all on the same lineup, but it would be absolutely cool to see Damian Lillard on the same lineup. That would be really, really, really cool to see. But so let's get back to it. So those are the Warriors. Sure, some potential trades for the Warriors. They would probably have to restructure Draymond Green's deal, which when you're trying to win, I don't think that's a problem. That's what I just said. But here's the thing. Here's the first possibility. Andrew Wiggins, 3 first-round picks, 2021 first-round pick, 2022 first-round pick, 2023 first-round pick. Remember, Andrew Wiggins is probably worth, I would say Andrew Wiggins is probably worth a first. So you get that. I feel like, yes, you trade him and 3 firsts. Again, Dame's going to go for like 4 firsts. You overset the market. So I feel like that could be a very interesting topic there. I could see them definitely. I could see them easily getting and oversetting. Like I could see them outbidding every team because I feel like the Trailblazers, by accepting this deal with the Warriors, they would basically be accepting that they're in rebuilding mode. I don't know if the Trailblazers are at that point yet, so that's why I don't know if they would accept all those first-round picks. But yeah, so the next one, I guess, Dallas Mavericks, number 4. That's an interesting one because you kind of take the load off of Porzingis. Off of Luka Doncic. You kind of pair those two. I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts, but I'm not sure if that would be I'm not sure if that would actually work, them both handling the ball, but I feel like, let me know your guys' comments, but I feel like that might actually work. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know your let me know your let me know your guys' thoughts on that one. But here are the potential things that I came up with. And yeah, so let's see. I'm trying to think. Okay, so back to the show. Anyways, so here are the potential trades. It would have to be a multiple player trade blockbuster. I don't think Porzingis gets it done. I don't know. It would probably be Porzingis 2 seconds, and they don't have a ton of firsts. 2 firsts, and a second. That's why I feel like the Dallas Mavericks are low on this list, because it's could they get it done? I feel like they definitely could, but I feel like they're going to try to go after Kyle Lowry a lot more in free agency. But yeah, they're going to try to get this done. But Porzingis, I don't know if the Trailblazers would accept that, because do they even want a big man like Porzingis? Probably not. So no. Number 3, Boston Celtics. This trade the Boston Celtics don't have, they have picks, but I don't know if the Trailblazers would want that, because like I said, by accepting a ton of picks, like the Warriors, you honestly wouldn't be accepting that you are in rebuilding mode for the next 4 years. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to accept that. So you need another guy. So here's mine. Marcus Smart, possibly Jaylen Brown. I don't know. Probably Jaylen Brown, but 2022 first-round pick and 2023 first-round pick with Marcus Smart. So without him, it would probably be Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and a 2023, 2022 first-round pick. Let's see. So that's about it. So Marcus Smart and 2 first-round picks, and then maybe Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and 1 first or 2 first-round picks. I don't know, but it would have to, I think, include Jaylen Brown, somebody like that. So the number 2 on my list is a sleeper, the Bucks. I feel like they would have to move some pieces, move some salary with this one, like Jrue Holiday. But the Bucks with Dame Lillard would probably, obviously I'm recording this right after they just won their 3rd game in the finals. This would almost be a repeat to the finals, guaranteed. So here are my things. Jrue Holiday, here's the thing. The Trailblazers, in order to not accept completely going into rebuild mode, you need another playmaker star. So ship Jrue Holiday. That would make the Trailblazers say, okay, well, we have a playmaker. We have a star. He's not a big-time star, but we have a guy who can maybe carry the team. Let's try to do something with Jrue dang Holiday, even though it's not the biggest. So you give him a playmaker, 2021 first rounder and 2022 first rounder. Jrue Holiday is arguably worth a first or a second, but I would feel like, I don't know, I would actually almost do this trade. Let me see. Okay, so, well, I've just literally been recording this whole thing with my computer audio. I don't know what I was doing. I needed to do it with my mic. Whatever. So the first one that I have on my list, this is the obvious. Can you guys guess? Okay, it's pretty obvious. 76ers. They're going to make a run at every single superstar. They're going to try to trade. That's what they were trying to do with Kyle Lowry. again, if Dame gets halfway through the season, it's like, I need an immediate contender, the Bucks, and honestly, the 76ers would be an amazing place to go to. Let's see here. Amazing place. I mean, let's see. I mean, I guess Dallas Mavericks, but I don't know if that would work out. So honestly, 76ers, here are the things. There's two possible scenarios. Number one, Ben Simmons. Now, I have a sleeper guy, Matisse Thybulle. I feel like you get a guy in Ben Simmons, a playmaker that could possibly become decent, a young guy, Matisse Thybulle. And remember, the difference between Damian Lillard and Kyle Lowry, now, yes, Kyle Lowry is a free agent, but the difference between Damian Lillard and Kyle Lowry is that Kyle Lowry is 34. Damian Lillard is still 30. Kyle Lowry probably has 3 years left of good basketball. Damian Lillard has like 7 years left of good basketball. So it's a big difference. So here's the thing. Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, 2021 first rounder. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on this, but I feel like you give him Ben Simmons worth probably 2 firsts, Matisse Thybulle almost worth a first. He's a great defender, and another first. Send over players, send over a guy who can make immediate impact, and then this year's first rounder. But again, I'm naming out all of this year's first rounders, but this would have to happen before the middle of the season. So this could potentially turn into a 2022 first rounder, because if they actually do wait to trade him midway through the season, the 2021 first rounder would have already been spent. So those are my 5 destinations. Number 5, Warriors. Number 4, Mavericks. Number 3, Celtics. Number 2, Bucks. And number 1, Warriors. Now, I'm sorry, 76ers. The reason why I don't think I would want, if I have the Trailblazers, I wouldn't want to ship him to literally, I wouldn't want to ship him to Golden State. I wouldn't want to ship him to Dallas because they're both in the West. That would literally be digging a hole for yourself. That would literally be saying, okay, we're just going to give one of the best players in the league to our former rivals. They don't want to do that. So that's why I have my top 3 destinations are all East teams, because at least in the East, you don't have to face them. You don't have to worry about them until the finals. And so if you're the Trailblazers, you're like, we don't want to send them and literally make it a nightmare for ourselves by sending him to Golden State, where Golden State could repeat tons of times. Yeah, so that's my thing on it. So let's get to Kyle Lowry. I don't know. This is one note that I had. I think the 76ers will make a run at Dame if he is available, but I don't know, like, Kyle Lowry, I think the 76ers might just try to lure him in more. Yeah. So let's see. Teams are going to go after Kyle Lowry more. That's for sure. So let's get to Kyle Lowry, unrestricted free agent. Restricted free agent is basically where the team can say, we're going to choose where we send you. So Kyle Lowry can choose wherever he wants to go, basically. Honestly, the Raptors might try a sign and trade. So they might sign and if it is available if the player wants to do it. So let's do it. Lakers, number 5. I wanted to do him higher on my list, but I'm like, I feel like the only way they could get him is moving a lot of players. Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder. Again, Dennis Schroeder's wanting $20 million. Again, his previous contract, Kyle Lowry's previous contract was $30 million. So he's going to get around $30 million in free agents offers, maybe $34 million. So he's not as expensive as Dame. He's like a third of the price, 2/3 of the price of Dame, but not as expensive. Definitely not as expensive. So you're going to get a guy for definitely a lot cheaper as Dame. So that's one pro. But the Lakers would have to move Harrell, Schroeder, Kuzma, like all these players just to get Kyle Lowry. That's why I don't put him higher on my list. It would just not make a lot of sense. And there's ways that it can happen. but I'm not sure if that would actually happen. I didn't put the Lakers in my top 5 list because trading for Damian Lillard, they don't have any picks till 2027. They do have a first-round pick this year. So trading for Damian Lillard would be like a ton of players and then 1 pick or something like that. So it wouldn't be very ideal. So yeah, that's really the only thing I have. So number 4, Miami Heat. I feel like playing with Jimmy Butler would be absolutely amazing. I feel like that would put him back in the mix. They have the cap. They have a ton of young players. They have probably the most cap out of anybody on this list. So that's my number 4. Number 3, Warriors. He's a cheaper player than Dame, like I said, so not as much restructuring. I wouldn't mind seeing this team. I mean, I don't know if the Warriors would be a most ideal team to get him. I don't know if they would want a player like that. Damian Lillard, I mean, Kyle Lowry brings something different. Kyle Lowry's definitely not as good. He's not a perennial all-star. Honestly, Kyle Lowry's older, not as good, not as more impactful, isn't as dominant of a player, can't go off there's a ton of things that separate Dame and Kyle Lowry. So that's why I'm like, Kyle Lowry's definitely not as impactful of a player. So number 2, Dallas Mavericks. Yes, I said it. Dallas would be a great team to get him. Again, they wouldn't have to get rid of Porzingis, maybe restructure his deal. They're going to try to find, obviously, a landing spot for Kristaps Porzingis. No dang doubt about it. There's no way that, I mean, I don't know. Pairing either of these point guards with Luka Doncic would be absolutely incredible. Because it would actually work because it's cheaper. Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper. So, Kristaps Porzingis. And then number 1, Philadelphia 76ers. I have them top on both of my lists. For one, they have a ton of picks. So Philadelphia 76ers could easily make a run at him. Damian Lillard. For Kyle Lowry, which is the list I'm going through right now, I feel like they get him in free agency. 76ers would be a great place too. So they're going to be on the top running of both guys, Kyle Lowry and Dame Lillard. So I have a few sleepers with Kyle Lowry. Thunder. The Thunder have, if the Raptors do, or what I was saying is back to the 76ers, if the Raptors do try to do a sign and trade, what the Raptors might try to do is the Raptors might try to, the 76ers might try to trade Ben Simmons and the package that I did for Damian Lillard or even less, Ben Simmons and maybe a second for Kyle Lowry. So if the Raptors do a sign and trade, I would actually suspect the 76ers to be the number 1 team up there. Absolutely. So the 76ers number 1 on both lists. They have all the picks. They have the cap. They have a asset. Again, teams aren't always looking to rebuild. Maybe the Raptors but especially the Trailblazers, teams aren't always looking to rebuild. They're looking for assets, guys that they can plug in right away that don't need any developing. And right now, Ben Simmons, they can plug in. Batiste Thybulle, they can plug in. Both great defenders. So sleepers, Thunder, they have a ton of picks. If they did execute a sign and trade, they could literally do 5 picks. But that's not going to happen because Kyle Lowry would never go there. He would say, over my dead body, honestly. Celtics are another team. They don't have a ton of cap, but if they moved Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown to create cap, that would work. Again, the reason why they would have to move Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown for Damian Lillard is because they wouldn't have enough cap otherwise. So the Celtics and then Bucks. Bucks are another team that kind of could weasel in there. But again, the front runners, 76ers and Warriors, teams like that, Lakers especially. Lakers for Kyle Lowry, I think this is more ideal because he's cheaper. And he's a lot older and cheaper, obviously, like I said. So that's going to do it, guys. Top 5 landing spots for both guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry if at the beginning the audio wasn't as good because I forgot to switch on to my mic. So I will see you guys later. Peace out. And hey, this was fun. So peace out. I'll see you guys later.